Hey guys, a couple of things. I just wanted to thank you for being donors. It's been a little nerve-wracking financially lately because advertising has really fallen off, but people like you keep the podcast afloat, and I'm so incredibly grateful. And the other thing um, that I wanted to share. Um, because I don't really want to do it on Facebook. Um, but uh, somebody I recorded about 2, 3 weeks ago, actually right here, she sat right there, and yeah, she sat on my guitar. um, was a therapist named Jenn Golick, and I'm sure if you've been watching the news, she works with veterans, and she did work with veterans, and she was taken hostage and killed 2 days ago. And I'm just I have so many feelings coming up. Um, I don't know what the right thing is to do with her episode because I don't want to exploit her death, but I also feel like her story is important. Um, so I reached out to a woman who was actually a guest on this podcast as well, Sarah Goodson. And Sarah was the one who connected me with Jenn. And Sarah was the one that told me about Jenn's death. Um, and I asked Sarah what she thought I should do with the episode. And so I'm going to wait and hear from Jenn's husband, because one of the things I told Sarah to pass along to him um, whenever the time is right is that if he would like to hear it first or have me not air it at all. um, I don't know. I don't know what it is that I'm saying, but I thought um, that this was, some of you have expressed in being Patreon donors that you would like glimpses sometimes into the process of what my day is like doing the podcast. And this is an example of some of the questions that I'm faced with in doing the podcast. Is I want to be helpful, but I don't want to be exploitive. And sometimes the nature of doing this stuff can be a little numbing. The shooting that I experienced the effects of a month ago, and then the news of this, um, it helps to talk about it. And I felt like, well, maybe this is a place where I can um, share with the people that I know love the podcast and apparently care about me because they donate. And I think I need to talk about it. So yeah, I don't know if there's a point to any of this, but if you guys have any thoughts on, um, here's the other thought I have is I got really angry at thinking about this country's foreign policy and how casually we send troops around the world to be the world's policemen, and then that part of this country that just seems to enable the 1% and their obsession with tax cuts and saving face and always looking tough and tough on terrorism. And this is the cost. You know, Jenn was killed by a vet who, by all accounts, was a nice, stable guy before he went overseas to serve. And when he came back, one of his friends said he was changed. She said the first week that he was back, he just stared into space and kept saying, I can't believe I'm in a place that's safe. And for those of you that don't know the story, he had been let go from this nonprofit Jenn worked for that treated vets because he had made threats, I guess. And he came back to the facility after he had been asked to leave, and he came back with a rifle and took Jenn and 2 other therapists hostage, and he killed them and took his own life. But this is, I've just been angry because we talk about the price of war, and it's always in terms of dollars, but we never talk about the ripples of the people that come back with PTSD and the broken lives and the lives that they shatter. And obviously this isn't all vets, but it's just, I'm so angry at our governmental policies and the fact that this was a nonprofit, that the government isn't even paying enough money, that nonprofits have to step in and fill the void. And so often it just seems like we're overseas defending someone's ego or corporate interests. And I don't want to get into a big political thing, but I'm fucking tired of the 1% controlling the media and our policies, and the 2 broken parties that run our country that are both beholden to special interests. And just this American thing of we can't look weak. Well, who winds up paying the brunt of you not wanting to look weak? It's people like Jenn and that vet. You know, I don't know. I had to vent, and as I say in the podcast, thanks for listening.